Hi everyone, this is Coach Fierros, and this is lesson one for skill related fitness components. This lesson is on your packet on page 9. Make sure that you have page 9 on your packet ready as you're watching this video. Let's start. Here are the objectives. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to learn the 6 components of skill related fitness, define each of the components of skill related fitness, and also you're going to learn examples of each of the components of skill related fitness. Skill related fitness. What is skill related fitness? Skill related fitness refers to the kind of fitness a person needs to successfully perform leisure activities or sports. Do you remember when we did the components of physical fitness? Remember cardiovascular endurance, flexibility, body composition, muscular strength, muscular endurance. Those were the components of physical fitness. These are the skill related fitness components: speed, agility, balance, power, coordination, and reaction time. Now, I'm going to repeat the skill related fitness components to you, and then you're going to repeat them after me: speed, agility, balance, power, coordination, reaction time. Why do we need skill related fitness? Skill related fitness helps people learn skills, improve performance, build confidence in abilities, build interest in sports and activities, and helps people become well rounded physically. All right, now I am going to give you the definitions of each of the components of skill related fitness. Let's start with agility. Agility is the ability to rapidly change directions. In a few minutes, I'm going to tell you some examples of agility in different sports. The other skill related fitness component is called balance. Balance means holding the body posture and position on a stable or unstable surface. In a few minutes, I'm going to give you some examples of balance in different types of sports or physical activities. The other component is called speed. Now, this skill related fitness component refers on how fast you can move. I'm also going to give you some examples of how speed is being used in different sports. The other skill related fitness component is called power. Power is the mix of strength and speed. I'm also going to give you examples of power in different types of sports. The other skill related fitness component is called coordination. Coordination enables a person to perform various movements gracefully and easily. I'm also going to give you some examples of coordination in different types of sports. This is another skill related fitness component. It's called reaction time. Reaction time refers to the quickness of response. I'm also going to give you some examples of how reaction time takes place in sports. All right, so now let's go over some examples of each of the components. Now, there are a lot of examples of each of these skill related fitness components for different sports. I'm going to just give you a few of them. Get ready to share your own examples of these skill related fitness components in different sports. All right, so what are some examples of using agility? Let's think about in dodgeball, right? When you try to dodge a ball, you're using agility because you are moving to different directions easily and quickly. When you're doing like an obstacle course, right? Let's say like an obstacle course, you are running between cones, right? You're using agility because you're moving to different directions easily and quickly. Trying stopping and starting to avoid a defender. Okay, remember when we were playing flag football and you were trying to juke or you were trying to move different directions so you can avoid the defender from getting your flag? You were using agility right there. Avoiding stepping out of bounds. Let's say you're playing basketball and you are getting close to stepping out of bounds, but you move so quickly so you can stay in bounds. That's using agility. Okay. There are lots of ways to use agility in different sports. These are just four examples. There are many more examples, and you're going to learn them along the way. What are some examples of using balance? When you make a handstand, when you're doing cheerleading, right? Because the cheerleaders, they like doing handstands, but they have to keep their balance. Ice skating, right? When you're going ice skating, right? You are definitely keeping your balance so you don't fall. Same thing with rollerblading. Yoga poses also helps with balance. And just like a handstand, you also a headstand requires balance. We are skateboarding, that also requires balance. And also when you're surfing. Now these are just seven examples, but there are lots of examples in sports that require balance. You're going to learn some of them or most of them in upcoming lessons. What are some examples of using speed? Like in baseball, running to the bases requires lots of speed. You have to run as fast as possible so that way you don't get out. Running a race, that also requires speed, right? How many jumps in a minute of jump roping? That also requires speed, right? Boxers like to jump rope to improve their speed. Running to catch a frisbee is also an example of using speed. These are just four examples, but you will learn much more examples of speed in upcoming lessons. What are some examples of using power? Back tucks, okay, is also an example of using power. And football, tackling, right? Because you have to use your strength, but see, and also it requires a little bit of speed too, right? So that way you get to tackle your opponent to bring them down. Okay, what about martial arts? Roundhouse kick, that requires power. You are using all your strength in a very short period of time. In golf, there's this thing called shot put. Okay, you are using the club to hit the ball in golfing, but you have to use all your power so that way that ball travels to a long distance. Powerlifting. There are bodybuilders that use powerlifting to carry a heavy weight, but they have to do it so fast, okay, so that way they build their strength and they don't get hurt. So those are just examples of power. There are many, many, many more examples of power in different sports. You will learn them in upcoming lessons. What are some examples of using coordination? Okay, in coordination, okay, dancing improves coordination because you're using your feet and your eyes at the same time. Gymnastics also requires coordination, right? For example, whenever you are making like cartwheels, right, or you're making your flips, right? In gymnastics, you are using your hands, your feet, and your eyes at the same time to make those type of moves. A rainbow kick in soccer, right? Now that requires a lot of coordination as well. Dribbling, whether it's in soccer or in basketball, you're using your hands and your eyes to dribble a basketball. That's using coordination, and you're using your feet and your eyes at the same time to foot dribble in soccer. Catching a ball also requires coordination. There are many, many examples of coordination in different types of sports. You will learn them in upcoming lessons. What are some examples of using reaction time? Okay? Now, reaction time means that you have the ability to react quickly and easily. For example, catching a ball, you have to react really quick so that way you don't drop the ball. Hitting a tennis ball or a baseball, like for example, in tennis, you're using a racket to hit the tennis ball, but you have to react so quickly because that ball travels really fast, right? And also hitting a baseball with a bat, same thing too. When the ball is being pitched, you have to react so quickly so you can hit a home run. There are many, many examples of reaction time in different types of sports. You're going to learn them in upcoming lessons. All right, now you're going to work on page 9 on your skill related fitness components packet. When you are done, move on to the lesson 2 video. Let me know if you have any questions or if you need help. All right, that's it for lesson 1. Move on to page 9.